Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Terror Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
Well, hey there, kids. So, coming in, pumpkin pie, Ryan Carvalho. Man, I need to learn how to pronounce his last name. I need to hear somebody say it just once. I've been listening to this dude for like a while now. Not even just one particular album, just a handful of selection of songs that this person has done. And all of them have just become a playlist that has been pulling me through these seas and waters. But yeah, Aries moon, kids. Aries moon after that big Pisces eclipse. And it was just the experience I had to put together into words. I really had to sort my way through it in order to even feel like I could do this at all. Because that Pisces lunar eclipse was so big, it was such a big, massive dream. We all wanted, expected, heard, were told, this is the portal, gigantic transformations. And then we all kind of expected to just wake up the next day and everything was going to be different. And I think for some people it really was that quick, that sudden. But for the most part, most of us woke up right back into our regular, everyday old lives. Nothing changed, nothing transformed. We feel a little bit better, a little bit stronger, maybe a little bit more grounded, but we're still here, living and doing. Where's this big spiritual, physical, financial transformation that we was promised? Well, those actions that we took and the things that went down in that blood moon circle that we all stepped into, just because they happened doesn't mean that you just wake up into your next world. Not many of us have or even want to experience just stepping off of a cliff into the next thing and all of a sudden everything is different. That happens, but for the most part, a lot of us are reminded, oh, things take time. The things that I'm investing and pouring into are not going to transform overnight. But we made our stand. We put our foot on ground. We dipped our toe in the water, and we achieved a level of balance and accumulation that we have never achieved before. We climbed to the top of a new mountain for ourselves, and that light is driving me nuts. Just give me one moment. Is that better? Or exactly the same? It's slightly better. It's slightly better. It's better tone. Working with the light, angles, the positions, all of this stuff as we do. Don't you know? Again, I couldn't find the placement. I could not find the footing. I had to give myself the patience and the time and the room to experience everything that I was experiencing in order to realize that I was holding everything that I needed. I didn't feel like I had anything that I could translate, communicate, express in a way that would be beneficial for the entire collective until I sat down and accepted my situation. Nothing's right. I don't like anything. I don't like a darn thing around me. Everything is making me mad for no reason whatsoever. I don't like it. And I sat with that dissatisfaction with everything. I just couldn't get my hair right. I can't get the lighting right. Everything is just that position, that angle, I'm not liking it. Do I need to change this? Do I need to do that? Shift and adjust? All of these extras. I had to just sit with it. And that's what we have to do. We have to just sit with it. Recognize our dissatisfactions and allow the answers to come to us because they're coming from within. There is a great impatience, a great frustration. I just want to go. I want to go somewhere. I want to do something. I just can't sit here any longer. I can feel the itching impatience, the shaking of the legs. Like, let's just go. I've got all this energy. I've got all of this stuff. There's so many things that are dissatisfying to me that I want to do something about. Okay, I know you want to go. We all want to go. We all want everything to be completely different from anything that we've ever seen before. But just stop for one moment and look down. We're on the top. We're on top of things in a way that we never have been before. Take this moment, take this breath all the way in for everything that it took to get here. This is our time to breathe. Yes, there's more coming. Yes, there is so much to do, but you're not going to get anywhere being frantic. I'm trying to figure out what word I almost said there. Okay, Franklin. Without making sure that we are perfectly aligned, light and dark. Our dark is the dissatisfaction that we're sitting with. Our light is our positive outlook. Can we get them to go in the same direction? If we're dissatisfied with something in our surroundings, can we hold that long enough to mold it and to shape it into that vision that our higher self has for us? We've been handed clay. We wanted a whole new world, a whole universe to be delivered, dropped into our laps for us. And what the universe delivered us was a ball of unshaped clay and said, here you go. Make. Might be your whole reading. I was like, I don't know if I can get anything, guys. This feels crazy. Here we go. Here we go again. Oh, here we go again. Be saying that. Somebody's gonna be saying that. Oh, here we go again. Oh, here we go again. Around this circus wheel. Oh, yeah. Here we go again. How many of us are recognizing and realizing that we're the ones who are holding up the steering wheel, that we are the ones who are creating our own frustrations and blocks by simply choosing to place importance in those positions? I think some of us have that perspective, and I think some of us have that lighter perspective, and that is what's causing the conflict, is that we won't get out of our own way. We won't get out of our own misery, and we won't get out of our own distrust and discomfort with the situation at hand. But that 10 came back for us. Oh, the petty squabbles might even be over this 10 of Cups. A sort of jealousy kind of situation. Jealousy's been coming up a lot, actually, as a subject at hand for observation. When and where we feel jealousy, and what do we do with that emotion when it comes into play? I feel like there's a lot of petty squabbles over somebody else's happiness. Again, getting in our own way by pointing. Let me get you that. By pointing our finger at something and saying, this is the reason why I can't go anywhere. You're the reason why. No, they're not. No, they're not. You're the reason why you're stopping yourself up. And just because somebody has found happiness, it isn't a reason or an excuse to become angry or violent or throw a temper tantrum. Two of Pentacles, an even smaller and more simple mastery. That gives me hope that there is possibility for the adjustments to be made on both sides, on all sides, depending on how many people, places, things are involved here. Substances, even. Could also be a relation with, could also be a relation with evasion. Okay, cool. All right, so balancing out with these Two of Pentacles, this is keep it simple, stupid. Rather than trying to juggle, entertain, impress this large audience with a mass amount of different crazy things, keeping it simple, tight, locked into the things that you do well, and holding on and getting a grip on those things and mastering them. Because even the worst people in the world have skills of value, of use. Person could be a really crappy person, but they do this one job so well that you gotta give them the room to do it, to put on their show. Yeah, maybe the world-class juggler isn't what you need when you are sailing across an ocean on a cruise line. Or maybe when people get bored, that juggler could bring a lot of joy and entertainment and conversation. The movement of the energy can shift, and we can appreciate that. A joke teller, somebody who just is really good at telling jokes. That's what they do. They don't have to be a really great this or that. If they're really good at what they do and they come in when they're supposed to come in and contribute their necessary energy to the cycle and circumstance when it's necessary, then they serve. There has to be a purpose, there has to be a goal, but keeping it tight. Where are we going? Sorry. Knight of Wands. The closed off discomfort. Again, it's not allowing this energy is like not allowing the audience to enjoy the show. What are you criticizing, Knight of Wands? Like, we're watching this kid juggle, and you're just like putting everybody in a bad mood by stopping it up with your like bad day. Not even acknowledging, recognizing that everyone else in this space is really happy. They're really enjoying the show. Why are you so mad at this kid for doing what he's good at? For performing the way that he's supposed to? Contributing in the way that he does best? Because he's not contributing in the way that you say? That doesn't make sense. Misplaced values and blockages and boundaries that don't need to be there. There's unnecessary anger and fixation. It alternates. It alternates. We keep moving in tandem, juggling and moving, the good to the bad. What comes this Knight of Wands? The Seven of Cups. Hope, magic, grace, presence. That miracle. Like it, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you look at it, fold it, bend it, twist it, turn it, try to control it. I don't think there's any chains left on this ship. Ah, Five of Swords. Walking away. Game over. Not playing this up, down, all around cycle of control, manipulation, petty arguments, jealousies over somebody's happiness, over somebody's joy. You should be happy for that. You should want to share in that, not try to take it away. You know, 8 Wands and an Ace of Cups drops behind. For all of this back and forth conflict that just tossles this collective energy, all about it's really breaking things loose. It's really shaking stuff up. The opening of new floodgates, new waters, new opportunities, new growth and fulfillment. It's all here for us. Remember that every single hardship, challenge, and obstacle is showing us what we're made out of, what really matters. And if we listen to our own heart's priorities and follow our own path to joy without getting bogged down, weighed down, not allowing ourselves to be stopped up by focusing our energy on things that don't want to see us succeed, it will break. Like I said, when we stepped into that portal, I know Pisces can make it seem like we're just gonna magic, everything will be different when I wake up tomorrow, but it doesn't. You're gonna wake up in the same place and you're gonna have to process your dreams, hold on to them, and adjust them to your reality and accept your reality for what it is and where you're at right now. But start turning and changing your habits and progressions towards that ideal circumstance and situation. For real, we gotta drop it. We gotta let it go and we gotta let it flow. I know we wanted this whole thing to come to a head and have a full head of gold right out the gate. But we're going to have to build it. We're going to have to grow it. We're going to have to form it into the head that we want. Like I said, we wanted everything to change. We wanted the universe to just drop a new dimension into our lap. And what it gave us was a ball of unmolded clay and said, this is your universe. Make it. Thanks, kids. Have a fantastic moon. We'll see you next time.